Between the e-commerce shipping boom, the vaccine distribution, give us a sense of where you fit into the supply chain and what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, first off, it's great to be here. Happy holidays, everybody, and everybody out there watching. Flexport is a freight forwarder, so we help coordinate global freight movements. We shipped about $5 billion worth of merchandise so far this year. And a big part of our job is helping to solve for chaos and uncertainty, of which there has been plenty this year. And I think we're probably, the logistics industry is probably in the middle of our worst year since maybe the invention of the shipping container. We saw first in January and February when China first shut down, everything fell off a cliff, no shipments coming out of China. And honestly, a lot of us were worried about the very survival of our partners, the ocean carriers and airlines who own all these assets. Now something happened that nobody predicted, which is imports from Asia are up 25% in Q4. Volumes are up 25%. This is really hard for the Port of Long Beach. Has never seen so many volumes. I checked our satellite data this morning at Flexport. We see 24 ships waiting offshore, not unloading. There's another 30 or so unloading. And there's just this huge backlog of trying to get all this merchandise into consumers who, for some reason, ordering more than they've ever ordered before. It's pretty amazing to watch, and definitely creates lots of problems for those of us in the industry.
COVID has really put a spotlight under so many industries, and shipping and supply chains in particular, Ryan. So how do you think the industry comes out of this? Is it going to be in better shape to deal with an influx of buying online if we do permanently change our behavior? Yeah,
I think there's a lot of quiet heroes out there who don't get a lot of attention, and this year's sort of focused the spotlight on some of them. These logistics workers who are out there every single day, delivery people, truck drivers at the warehouses, the ports, really sacrificing, being extremely brave, working under these conditions, and keeping the lights on for civilization. So I do think long term, people are going to get a little bit more recognition in the industry that I think it deserves, obviously. It has been a crazy year because in part there's U.S. exports. I mentioned the imports have fallen off a cliff. So you've got like 30% decline in exports. Well, every one of those exports is an empty container, is a container that needs to come back, right? And so when those exports don't happen, there's no empties available in China. Right now, we think there's 500,000 less containers than there should be, empties. In fact, normally about 2/3 of American exported containers are empty. Today, it's 80%. And so this has put a focus that for a long time has been needed, but is finally there on the equipment shortages, on the access to capacity. Right now, you could get the shipping rates are about 5 times higher than usual from China to the US, and that's if you can find an empty container. So I think a lot of these things are now front and center for brands that are trying to import product and provide a reliable supply chain. And they realize the importance of data, the importance of being able to know where is your stuff, when is it going to arrive, to be able to take dynamic action, reroute a shipment that's late and get it, maybe skip the distribution center, go straight to retail, things that Flexport's technology could enable.
So that's my question. This is Leslie Picker here. So we've seen so much technology disintermediation kind of step in really quickly this year, where other things that have historically been done face-to-face or in more of a physical capacity, technology has really been easily supplanted that type of process. With supply chain, it's been a little clunky, as you've mentioned this year. Do you think that this is something that technology can actually help with? And is your business benefiting from the fact that a lot of supply chains have been disrupted, and therefore data and various forms of technology can help your customers really get a better sense of their supply chain? Can that prevent some of the issues that we've seen this year in the future?
There's no doubt that technology can play a major role. If you even just look at the containers that are shipping, even pre-pandemic, before any of this, we did an analysis across our data. We digitized every single the shipping manifest and all the dimensions of all the cargo that's shipping inside these containers. And when we did that, we saw they were only sailing on average about 3/4 full. So there's a huge opportunity right there for technology to be smart about allocating and consolidating freight across multiple customers and really driving efficiency. So that's one. Another one is when these containers arrive, you want to make sure that there's a truck driver dispatched immediately to go grab that container as soon as it's cleared customs. And it can, our technology can help a lot. We've got about 4,000 truck drivers that we can dispatch through our tech. and make sure that, they know exactly which container to get, where to be, scheduling. There's a lot you can do. I mean, there are always going to be physical limitations. It's very hard to scale. The Port of Long Beach growing 30% volumes year over year. We're used to software companies that can grow infinitely. You can only handle so many more container loads. There's people that are running these cranes, that are operating the trucks. So I think there'll continue to be limitations, but technology can really improve things in surprising ways.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.